Live for another round of CRL Tier 4 around Miami. Now, attendance is a bit shocking, to be fair. I think we'll get the elephant out the room first. But, however, I'm still looking forward to the racing tonight. And I've no doubt that these drivers will do well racing tonight around the streets of Miami. Miami being the newest track on the F1 calendar, only added since last year around the Hard Rock Stadium, where it was based around. And it's a very interesting venue to hold an F1 race, a street circuit around the streets of Miami. Of course, Miami being one of the biggest, most renowned places in the world. When you think Florida, you think Miami. When you think of F1, you don't think of Miami straight away, but it's there. We're waiting for all the drivers to ready up now. We're just waiting on AFL now as the timer winds down. And Dragon on speed, obviously rooting for his guy. Rotation. I'm sorry to disappoint, Dragon. I'm sure I can make it up to you. But, yeah, overlooking the pit lane. It's a short run down to turn 1, coming out the pits. You're already taking on turn 1 once you come out the pits, and then the windy left right section. So it'll be very interesting to see how the drivers fare up in such a tricky circuit and technical circuit. As we have the cars already coming out, I think stay on board with Ferguson. Overcast conditions, gonna cool down the track a little bit, would be optimal for anyone that loves a cooler track. As if that makes a difference on this game, but however, oh, thank you, Dragon. That means a lot to me, coming from you. But Ferguson now coming down the very long back straight coming into sector 2. It's honestly amazing how long that sector is. It's almost rivaling Hanoi back in 2020. As we approach the Hanoi inspired section, actually. Very tight, very technical, and approaching these next set of corners will be the death of some drivers, literally and metaphorically. And again, another straight to complement the slow corners. So a lot of technical corners and a lot of straights. Will be interesting to see how drivers will fare up. As Ferguson now warming up his tyres, left, right, putting energy into those tyres, into those softs even. And now taking a wide line going into turn 1, coming down the main straight now. As he's about to open his DRS, as he starts the lap at around 300 kilometers an hour. Brake hard at the 100 meter board, don't overshoot it. Ferguson locks up just a little bit, and now we go into the tricky technical left-right section, and comes up the first left, swoop it in, hook it up for the right-hander, through another left-hander now as we approach a very windy section of the track. Slow it down just a little bit, take as much curb on the exit, and down the main, the second straight now, DRS wide open. As Ferguson now reaching speeds of around 325 kilometers an hour. No, not even 332. Brake hard again at the 100 meter board, and coming up to the Hanoi inspired section in sector 2 as it comes across the left, and it will be another left and a right, and takes it very slowly. You can hop the curbs just a little bit depending on how confident you are. And Ferguson sets the fastest second sector now, albeit, yes, being the first one out on track and being the first one to set a lap. Ferguson now braking it hard at the 100-meter board now, and hooking this left-hander up for a really nice exit. Straight line speed, closing the track, try and minimize distance to the track to the finish line. 29.6, bish bash bosh. That's a lap around Miami. And Murphy already coming out the gates, 29.4, setting the fastest lap already, and Craigo at 30.5, so room for him to improve. Maverick next to cross the line now, as there's a 3-car cluster right ahead of him. Be interesting if he gets caught up in it. Maverick now coming out the corner of first gear. Maverick, DRS wide open, 31.1. Not bad first lap for him. And Spider Rob with a 30.0, 4/10 off Ferguson. And Spider Rob, is he on the lap? No, he isn't, but Ghost Angel 1 is. Ghost Angel 1 coming along the swooping left-hander. Puts the power down now, nice and smooth, going as wide as possible, trying to minimize distance and increase straight line speed at the same time. DRS again now, wide open, sticking to the racing line, all the way to the edge, brake hard at the 100-meter board, taking it easy into the slow left-hander and through the right-hander, and another left, which will become another left. Will he take the curb? Yes, he will. Very cautiously, I must say. And into another left-hander now. Down the back straight he goes. And the DRS detection point opens up DRS at around 302 kilometers an hour. He'll reach top speeds of around 330 until he has to brake at the 100-meter board. And he brakes hard. Overshoots the car a little bit, but manages to hook it up just fine. Take as much exit coming out the last corner. And again, coming across the line, Ghost Angel 1 will set at 131.3. So no one is on a lap at the moment. Everyone's coming out. There's some drivers coming out the pits. Daniel Brewer's a fellow regular, and Daniel Ferguson, my friend. How are you? Just riding board with Mark for a bit. Mark, haven't been around the last race, so I'm not sure how he did, but from the races I was here, Canada and Saudi Arabia, he's done pretty well, or Singapore, sorry, he's done actually pretty well to score decent points. His pace has been up there somewhat over the last couple of races, so very interesting to see how Mark Wilson will fare up here. Will he continue that form, or will we see a bit of a slump? I'm not sure. Hopefully his form will continue, as I hope with every driver here. And I believe Mark, he will set a lap soon. Haas right in front of him, slowing down just a tad bit, trying to create a bit of breathing space between them, but also being mindful of the Red Bull behind. Now Mark Wilson puts the power down, DRS wide open, starts his lap. So starting the lap around 321 kilometers an hour till he has to brake hard at the 100-meter board, turn in fine as he bends it. The very tricky left-hander, and then suddenly into a right, lack of grip I suppose has caught him out. So I'll spectate Wuban instead. Wuban coming through the swooping left-hander now, takes all the track and invalidates, unfortunately. So those are the little risks you play with this game. But now Murphy, a driver with something to prove tonight. Murphy, he'll start the lap with DRS wide open now. 320 kilometers an hour was Mark's, but no, he'll hit 319 here. So maybe running a little bit of a heavier downforce setup, but We'll help him through the sector 1s now. We'll stay on board with Murphy, see how he approaches the sector 1. Left, and then they're swooping right, gonna have to hook that, and then another left, which suddenly changes into a swooping left-hander, gonna have to hook that up, as we see Murphy hooking it up just nicely, almost at half a tenth up, just over half a tenth up, my bad. And now, 300 kilometers an hour, hello Connor, or Clara, 335 kilometers an hour, braking hard at 100 meter board as we approach the next section, Hanoi inspired, like I've said throughout the stream, and throughout this very technical and very, well, realistically, let's just say very technical set of corners, leading into back straight now, DRS wide open, once again for the final time this lap, as he brakes hard again at the 100 meter board, gonna have to hook the last corner up just to try and get the best exit possible. Fifth gear coming out the corner now, and now Murphy coming across the line. He'll set a 128.8. Is this man even? Is this man supposed to... This man does not belong in Tier 4. And Ferguson now, he's slowing down, so maybe starting a lap soon? I don't know, but the Ferrari behind him seems eager to start a lap. Craigo now says 129.4, so huge improvement from Craigo. Second board with Ferguson now. Ferguson, a championship contender for this season in season 7 of Cone, and he spins straight away coming out the right-hander. So again, the right-hander proving difficult for some of the drivers, maybe due to a lack of downforce or a lack of just a general lack of downforce, just letting them down. It's all in the setups, ladies and gentlemen, and there's so much variations you can do in this game. It's insane how much setup work could go into this game. And we'll stick on board with Swuban. I don't think he's on the lap, no. Maverick though, he's going to be not on a lap. Neither is AFL. So we've hit the calm before the storm, really. Topher yet to set a lap, MUFC Harvey still yet to set a lap, Hedgehog still yet to set a lap, and Mark Wilson still on his out lap, but will be the next person. Ooh, Hedgehog retires. He retires in the pits, I think. So, not sure what he's thinking there, maybe doing a last to first. Ah, no, he must have joined mid-session. I just noticed there's 12 cars now. So, good good for Hedgehog to respect the rules. Otherwise he might have had another qualifying ban for next week in Le Castellet in France. Would love to commentate there next week. Anyways, the Red Bull bypassing the McLaren now. As the McLaren now, he's going to start a lap now. But will he repeat the same mistake, or will he manage to keep it under control? Mark Wilson begins his lap now, DRS wide open once again, riding on board with him. Brakes hard at the 100 meter board, enters the corner in second and coming out in third. And doesn't commit the same mistake, although there was a lack of confidence, so he was hindered by that. And now approaching the very technical left-right swooping corners, that turns into a swooping left-hander. How will he take it? It takes a lot of track and even extends it just a little bit. But Mark Wilson making the most out of his opportunities. That's the 31.7 split. DRS will come up. Yep, DRS wide open now. Already half battery, Mark Wilson is. Braking hard once again at the 100 meter board. Be careful not to overshoot this corner. And going into the Hanoi right and left. And and that transitions into a very technical left-right and another left-hander that goes onto the back straight now. Power 104.5 split, sets the fastest second sector. Mark Wilson now, DRS wide open, goes under the Aramco signs at high speed and will soon approach the 100 meter board. He'll brake at the 100 meter board. Mark Wilson hooks up the corner nicely, gets a really good exit now. Doesn't invalidate his lap. Mark Wilson, it won't be pole position, but it'll be a very strong lap of a 1:29.8. MEFC Harvey is also on a lap, the other McLaren, with a 30.6 split. Obviously he came down from tier 3 in Monza, so this guy has pace. This guy definitely has pace. It'll be one to watch in this race tonight. And a lot of steering lock, just showing how technical and how tricky those set of corners are, and sets the fastest second sector. Now I'm not sure if that's the real second sector or not. By the looks of things, MEFC Harvey did join midway through the session, judging from the car that he's gotten or chosen, number 4, with Lando Norris's helmet. Anyways, gets a really good exit and coming across the line now. MEFC Harvey's puts it in second place with a 28.8. So bringing the fight to Murphy, and they're only split by 4 thousandths of a second. So clearly fine margins here. Fine margins indeed. The next car behind is 5 tenths off their time, so a bit of a skill difference tonight. But I'm pretty sure Ferguson has something up his sleeve, trying to, shock these drivers. Hello, Nathan. And Topher and the other Aston Martin, didn't see him set his lap, but he did set a 30.0, strong lap. But will he be able to capitalize on his final run? And yeah, it's a poor turnout tonight. It's unfortunate, but that's the way it is sometimes in league racing. Everyone must be taking a holiday or something. I'm not sure. Maybe still recovering from whatever parties they've been in. But Wuban starting his lap now. Wuban showing how it's done through the left-right initial corners and into the very technical left-right and a swooping left-hander once again. Like I've said a million times in this stream already, Wuban just a bit shy on the power, a bit shy with the apex as well. Only sets a 31.0 split, but still 4 tenths up on this time, so it will be still a very good time indeed. Now Wuban braking hard at the 100 meter board, showing the amount of steering lock you need just to rotate through some of these corners, and into the technical left right. Loses the car just a little bit, will lose time definitely, but his straight line speed, from what I've seen, will make up for it as he sets purple another sector, although we both know that the game is lying to us, my friends. And down the main straight, or back straight, he goes at 35 kilometers an hour, brakes hard at 100 meter board, hooks up the final corner, gets a really good exit. All about power now, all about straight line speed, all about minimizing track distance with 29.8 for Wuban. AFL 3 tenths up on his time with 31.2 to back that up. And into the Hanoi section once again. We're greeted by another left-right, and he'll take it very cautiously. It's a bit slow, but it won't kill his time. And the checkered flag comes out. End of the session now. Spider Rob already completing his lap. Topher, the Maverick, also completing his lap, as well as Ghost Angel 1, who does not make the line. But AFL braking hard at 100 meter board now. All about the exit now. Power, 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 minimizing track distance. It won't be pole position, it's not a sterling lap, but it will put him P4 with the fastest last sector. So showing the amount of talent that AFL has up his arsenal. Cyril Murphy improved his time 2/10, very impressive, with a 28.6. Ferguson with something to prove. Will he nab something special? But it looks of things, they're gonna need to do something special in order to nab pole position away from Murphy. But now he's a 10th up on his time, but it won't be enough for P2. DRS wide open now. He's approaching the McLaren, slow moving in fact, so he'll hope that it won't impede his lap. It probably won't. Yep, the McLaren goes off, showing enough respect to Ferguson, allowing him to complete his lap now. Ferguson coming across the line, minimising track distance with 29.1, 2.5 tenths up, but it won't be enough to improve position. But Craigo's comes from P5 to P3 and beats Ferguson at the line. And Wuban, he's not on a lap, he'll be the last one actually on track. So there's your positions, folks. Cyril Murphy taking pole position with a 28.6, very impressive from the CRL driver, and MEFC Harvey trailing by 2/10. Won't be happy with himself, but it's only qualifying, and the race is something to behold now. Craigo coming out of nowhere from P5 to P3, beating Ferguson at the death of the session, and AFL, Ferguson and AFL separated by 3/10, so showing the skill gap that exists around Miami and realistically all street circuits, to be fair. As the session finishes in the game, we'll have a look at the order once more. We have Cyril Murphy, who takes pole position with a 28.6, followed by MEFC in the McLaren and Craigo in the Alpine. Continuing down on the rest of the grid, we have Ferguson, AFL, Spider Rob, Wubon, Mark Wilson, Topher, the Maverick, Ghost Angel 1 and Hedgehog, who does not complete a time. Only 12 drivers here tonight. It is a disappointing turnout, but 12, they'll guaranteed to have points if they finish the race. Hopefully we won't see much DNFs. That'll break my heart, but yeah. As the drivers are now loading in, choosing their, or waiting on their compatriots to ready up. Topher and Maverick, we're just waiting on them. As the drivers now overlooking the pit lane. Very beautiful pit lane, I must say, but usually this grid comes up with about 15 to 20 drivers per week, but this being Miami and being a crappy track, and let's just put it fairly, there's been a lack of drivers that showed up. This grid is fairly active, so as the drivers were making their final setup changes and strategy, all about fuel strategy as well. Will be hard to bring out a safety car. Hopefully there won't be any crashes coming out of turn 1, but Hero 4 never fails to amuse or surprise us with action. No one's readied up yet. Just waiting on these drivers to Ah, there we are. As the timer winds down now, we'll begin our formation lap. I won't bring you down the grid, but... Oh no, there won't be any okay, there is. My bad. Okay, yeah, 29 laps of racing around the streets of Miami. Sunny weather overlooks this track tonight, so will be ideal for the drivers. There'll be a lot of grip to play with. As we approach the left section now, trickiest part in all this circuit, I'd say, apart from the very tight left, right and left in sector 2, coming out to Hanoi Special sector. Actually, now that I bring up Hanoi, this entire straight here does look like the Strait of Hanoi. And I do miss Hanoi a lot back in 2020. Now, left-hander now. We're waiting for all the drivers at the back. There's two at the back here. Ghost Angel 1 and Hedgehog. No, there's a spinning Alpha Alpine. Any predictions? I'd say Ferguson is in for a shot for a podium, but it wouldn't surprise me if MUFC Harvey or Murphy take the win tonight. Either or, very strong tonight. Craigo, obviously there, but haven't seen much from him during the race, previous race weeks. So AFL and Spider Rob now. The two Ferraris in the Modena livery. Very beautiful livery, I must say, for the Ferrari, but the yellow airbox isn't cutting it, and Murphy already disqualifies himself. Missed his pit box or lineup box, so he's victim number 1 tonight. Will there be any takers for the second victim? Yes, AFL will be our second victim tonight, as the rest of the grid lines up. Hedgehog, another victim. Ghost Angel 1, another victim. Maverick, another victim. Pit boxes aren't their strongest suit now, but 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out, and away we go for the Miami GP. Murphy gets a great start, but Murphy, Harvey, he gets a brilliant start, and collision into turn 1. There's already a concertina effect. Craigo colliding with the back of Murphy, and AFL following suit. Ferguson and AFL side by side now. Will they go side by side throughout the sector? No, they won't. And there's already not much changes so far, apart from lead changes, and Topher already retires. Aston Martin is already out, goes into the wall. So I'm not sure if anyone's collided with Topher, but that's very unfortunate for the Aston Martin man, losing a lot of points in the process too. But Hedgehog, he's all over the back of Mark Wilson now. Mark Wilson staying to the middle of the track, completely covering off Hedgehog. And Hedgehog now, will he find a way past Wubon? He's going to send it down the middle. No, he doesn't. He collides with Wubon and comes off the worst of the lot. Hedgehog, after all that, does not make a position, but Mark Wilson all over the back of Ghost Angel 1 now. Mark Wilson, will he make it past Ghost Angel 1? I'm not sure, but we'll straight up back to the top, as Cyril Murphy has already been gapped by MUFC Harvey by 1.7 seconds. What a start from Harvey. It's the ideal start for Harvey, and Murphy, he's just losing time and time. So I'm guessing the confidence in the car is not there on race day. Craig goes all over the back of him, as it followed by Ferguson as well. And these cars are just dancing, going into turn 1. It's mesmerising to see these cars dance into turn 1. But we're riding board with Murphy now as we look at the rear of his car, see how these cars look approaching the left, right and left again. And like I suspected, it's very mesmerising to see these cars just dance across the track now as we approach the straight. The first straight of many straights here. Let's just put it lightly. Craigo, I don't think he's burning ERS, but he is getting closer to Cyril Murphy. Murphy, he's not found the confidence in the car, so he must have damage of some sort. But it's still fast enough to hold on to second place, because MUFC Harvey, he's just putting in, he's just pulling from every corner. Saying that now, the gap has slows down slightly, but Craigo now out of touch almost with the DRS, burning the ERS now, trying to stay within the 1 second, crucially for DRS for the next lap. So already done 2 out of 29 laps. It's been a poor showing tonight. Very sorry about that. As MUFC Harvey now, so that's the fastest lap of the race on the hards, mind you. So Murphy getting the shocking start, and Harvey on the harder compound tyres, mind you, is gapping Murphy, which to be fair is scary, because I wonder what his pace will be like on the mediums. But maybe Harvey has something to prove with to the Cyril Admans. You know, moving me from tier 2, from tier 3 to tier 4 was not the right move. And Murphy now, he's catching up to MUFC Harvey, but only marginally, just burning the ERS, but burning the ERS down the straight line. Hey, thank you, Duel. Thank you. Oh, 2 to 3 race bans. You wouldn't have 15. See, Nathan, it's your fault. It's your fault because this grid is small. Definitely. Anyways, Spider Rob. He's one to watch tonight. He's usually very quiet with his races. He's not the fastest, but he's not the quickest either, or slowest either. He's definitely midfield pace. He has enough talent to creep up into the top 5. And with AFL ahead, will he be able to stick with AFL and pass him later on, or will he be the second teammate, the Carlos Sainz, as you will, tonight? We'll have to wait and see. But the grid is now spread out, and the closest car on track is Craigo to Murphy, and Ghost Angel 1 and Wuban, they swapped position. So what happened to Wuban? He must have overshot the corner, as that's very, very odd. Okay, so yeah, by the looks of things, Wuban has the superior pace. Might have just lost it. As we're looking at this helicopter shot now, just guide us through these two. As Wuban now closing the gap on Ghost Angel 1. Ghost Angel 1, he's going to take it to the inside. Wuban to the outside. They're going to barrel it into the Hanoi section. Yes, they will. But after braking later, Wuban does. But Ghost Angel 1, he has the track position. Wuban concedes position, and Ghost Angel 1 will crucially stay ahead for this next set of corners. And Ghost Angel 1 absolutely holding up Wuban's. Not what Wuban needs, as he gets so close to Ghost Angel 1 now. Wuban loses a ton of time behind Ghost Angel 1, behind Ferguson, crucially enough. Now, DRS wide open once again. Will it be a straightforward pass, or will Ghost Angel 1 challenge to position it? By the looks of things, it's going to be a straightforward pass, but they almost collide coming into the final corner. But Ghost Angel 1, she's looking for the switchback. No, he won't find any move or any room to do a switchback, but DRS wide open for Ghost Angel 1 now. Will he send it down the outside? Yes, he will. He brakes later. on this now side by side with Wubon getting a terrible exit. They're going to go side by side. They make contact. Wubon and Ghost Danger 1 make contact. And does Wubon lose his front wing? No, he doesn't. But Maverick is the winner of all of this. Ghost Danger 1, oh, so unlucky. He must have lost traction coming out the right-hander, and they just... Yeah, it was just a passenger at that point. But Craigo and the AFL are fighting. AFL now side by side with Craigo. Craigo taken to the inside. Craigo, he doesn't put too much of a fight, looking it down the inside. They're still going to go side by side, are they? AFL is firmly ahead by now. But will Craigo battle it coming into the back straight? I assume he will, knowing Craigo. But Craigo will have to cede position now, but he's so close to AFL now, and I've just noticed Ferguson is down a few positions, and Spider-Up is the biggest winner of it all. And now DRS wide open once again. AFL taken to the inside, defending his position. They break at the 100 meter board, and AFL breaks harder, but Craigo, he's going to go for the switchback. Craigo, he doesn't execute the switchback, but they're still going to go fighting coming into turn 1. DRS wide open now, and it will be a straightforward pass for Craigo, as AFL, he's still going to battle it. Will he go for the switchback? No, AFL won't, but that's that battle concluded for now. But don't you take your eyes away from the screen yet, folks, as AFL, he's going to have DRS coming into the second straight now. And crucially, it is the longest straight, and it is the straight with the most technical corners, as there's a spinning Maverick. So very unfortunate for Maverick to be caught in that situation. However, yeah, Craigo's already capped AFL, so Craigo with the superior pace, and RPM Colin coming into the chat, greeting Craigo. As ladies and gentlemen, folks, I do have to go AFK for a bit. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And I am back. Has there been any position changes? Inform me, chat. Well, it looks like AFL has lost a few positions. He must have spun. I'll check the comments now. Oh, I can't see the comments. That's a bit of a shame, but we're back again. If all over the back of Ferguson, championship ballers these two are. AFL, will he send it down the inside? Yeah, no, he won't. It was a very risky move. Ferguson almost falls for it, goes deep, and there's a spinning Alpha Tauri. Rotation tier 4 has been a struggle without you, admittedly. I'm coping. I'm coping. Shush, rotation. Anyways, ERS activated for AFL, and DRS wide open, but these two are just weaving all over the track to try and break the toe. I say that they only made one move in a straight line, but anyways, Ferguson leading AFL by 6/10 now, coming out the final corner, and is ever increasing now, but DRS is the saving grace for AFL. A Discord link has to be sent to by either Nathan JB or any other of the admins. Well, AFL now. He's doing okay to hold on for dear life within Ferguson's DRS, but because once you're out of DRS, it's basically a nightmare trying to catch back up. And I've just noticed the gap between P1 and P2. MEFC Harvey absolutely banging it out the park tonight. 5 seconds is already your gap to the lead. 5.6 even, and it's only lap 9. We still got 20 laps to go. On AFL now. DRS wide open soon. Yep, AFL 7.5 tenths behind Ferguson at the moment. It's not really a battle so far, so I will just bring you around this track. This track had its moments of controversies. When creating this track, the people of Florida, the people of Miami, the residents, they weren't too fond of the idea of having an F1 track because of the noise complaints. As Craigo, he spins it into a wall, loses his front end while at it, so significant downforce losses, and inevitably holds up AFL. And AFL, he must be the most unlucky drivers here tonight. Getting caught up in all sorts of things, but yeah, like I was saying, the people of Miami, they weren't too happy about this track being made because of the noise complaints, and because the people that live there. There was no to F1 posters, and there was no. There was a lot of things that factored in, as well as the crappy track layout. Let's be honest. The track layout wasn't the best, especially here through the in real life of F1. As part of F1, Sergio Perez has spun here. It was a very interesting track that created a lot of emotions on and off track. And there's a lot of activity going on in the chat at the moment. Rotation given the odds for Cone Racing League, and of course, Cone Racing League. If you're enjoying this stream so far, drop a sub, drop a like, and drop a comment while we're streaming. Would help out this channel a lot, and perhaps you might be on the grid. Perhaps I might be commentating over you. But now the grid is so separated, it's hard to keep track of everyone. But the Maverick flashing ERS lights, so is Hedgehog. So both out of ERS. Don't forget Ghost Angel 1. If any of these two collide, these two are going to be, all over the back, scrapping away for the final few points. Remember, top 12 for points here tonight. As is late braking into turn 1 and going into the next set of corners. Oh, Maverick getting all over the back of Hedgehog now, showing his superior pace. Maverick has. Maverick looking for any opening that Hedgehog might leave. He's going to take it around the outside. Hedgehog, I did not notice he had wing damage. But wow, what a move from Maverick, albeit Hedgehog losing a front wing while at it. And now Ghost Angel 1, he'll have his opportunity well soon. So DRS wide open for Ghost Angel 1. Scotty Freefall's favourite, actually. So if you're going to watch this back later and you get to this point, yes, Ghost Angel 1, you are Scotty Freefall's favourite in this grid. But that's besides the point. Hedgehog now struggling to keep up with the Maverick, although his exits is helping him a lot. Now Ghost Angel 1 all over the back of Hedgehog now, 4.5 tenths up. Down on Hedgehog, sorry, and it's ever increasing now with the amount of straight line speed that Hedgehog now has. He's going to send it down the inside, and it was a very dangerous move indeed. And it was a move that had a lot more to be desired, and Ghost Angel 1, rightfully so, given back to position. So was it a mistake from Ghost Angel 1? Must have. Call the police. I'll call the special units duel. That was something, to say the least. But now the grid is so spread out, there's nothing much to talk about. Oh yes, at the weekend of this track, there was a controversy, to say the least, with track designing. So, you know the way Monaco has a yacht area. So same goes with Yas Marina, with this yacht area. It's Bay Area. Average Prost agenda. Center agenda. So this area we're gonna come up now, it turned out to be a fake marina. They put boats on top of it just to look real for the helicopter shots. I do remember seeing the drivers and fans like wanting Antonio Giovinazzi, yes, Italian Jesus, but I'm gonna have to stop there for a bit. The Maverick sends it down the inside of Hedgehog. Hedgehog, he'll get the better exit though. Hedgehog, he's gonna have to superior straight line speed, having to lift off just a tad bit not to collide with the back of the Maverick. And will Hedgehog send it down the inside? No, he won't. On the harder compounded tires, no, he won't. But Hedgehog now has everything to gain. Well, it'll be a struggle for Hedgehog to even keep up in the middle sector, but don't keep your eyes away from the screen. Jerome Murphy is almost at the back of Mark Wilson. Is Mark Wilson burning? No, he isn't. So yeah, there was a fake marina. Italian Jesus was needed, but unfortunately Antonio Giovinazzi never walked on water. So yeah, Jesus isn't real, folks. You heard it here. Didn't want to walk on water. Yada yada yada. And Ghost Angel 1 overtakes Hedgehog. What have I missed here then? Oh, Ghost Angel 1 almost sent it into Hedgehog. Lack of grip, of course. Just not doing him any justice. We're right on board with Murphy again, as he's all over the back of Mark Wilson now. Surely this will be a move for Murphy should he burn his ERS, but ERS wide open once again, but nothing yet. Waiting until the final straight to do so. No, he's going to send it down the inside. He absolutely blisters the corner. That was absolute terrorism. And Murphy, he he picks up a rightful 3-second time penalty. That there was just utter terrorism. Almost pulls it into the back of Mark Wilson. I'm sure Mark Wilson had a bit of a fright. So, once again, grid is once again spread out. And yeah, what an excellent line, Murph. That was a great line. One to be desired, of course, but now Mark Wilson breaking at the 100-meter board, as we have done so many times today. Oh dear, 11 drivers left in this session. It's unfortunate how much turned out tonight, but this isn't usually how it is tonight. Maybe they saw Scotty not wanting to commentate and they're like, yep, I'm not racing if Scotty's not commentating. Atomic, I hate night shifts. Yeah, who likes a night shift, but here we are. As we listen to the cars just pass by, it's incredible to hear how accurate the V6s are. Yes, we've come to that point where I have to take out certain details from the game in order to keep the conversation going. But yes, it's incredible to hear how the V6s has evolved from a few years ago up until now. I remember playing F1 2016 and just listening to how deep the Renault engine was. Renault engine was never that light-hearted and very tonal. And Mark Wilson, oh dear, Cyril Murphy and Mark Wilson, they're all over the back of each other once again. These two can't get enough of each other. And now Cyril Murphy, he's going to be Cyril Murphy, he's all over the back of Mark Wilson now. Mark Wilson, he's struggling a little bit on those hard compounds, but still keeping it in the middle of the track. Now Cyril Murphy, he'll be looking for any gap to get past Mark Wilson now. And there will be a gap for Cyril Murphy to get through. Yes, Cyril Murphy, he goes through that gap. Will he get the arrest? I'm not sure if he will, but Mark Wilson now, he cedes the position to Cyril Murphy after an admittedly a brilliant move from Cyril Murphy, but now Mark Wilson now with the DRS wide open. And these two are going to battle it into the Hanoi sector now. Mark Wilson, he'll break earlier, Murphy later, and Murphy gets a bit of oversteer and taps Mark Wilson into the barrier. Luckily no front wing damage, but Mark Wilson, he must be absolutely fuming from that. That was absolutely something. And MUFC Harvey, he picks up a 5-second time penalty. So was that intentional, or was that just to play with his rivals? I want to say play with his rivals now, but Spider-Rod now comes into the pits, and Ferguson, interestingly enough, he'll stay out. So it'll be very interesting to see how Ferguson fares up now. And Gerald Murphy is now ahead of Spider Rob, and Spider Rob will need time to heat up his tyres, as almost goes straight into a wall, and Spider Rob does. And now approaching these next few corners, it'll be hell on earth for Spider Rob, because those tyres are cold, bear in mind. But these tyres will go the rest of the way now. We're already in lap 17 of 29, so a lot of time has passed since the start of the race. And DRS wide open once again for Spider Rob. And come the next few sections of the track, I suspect Spider Rob will be all over the back of Murphy, for sure. Nothing yet so far. Oh, taking a lot of curb there. Absolutely on the limit, so Spider Rob is. And now, Spider Rob, DRS wide open, DRS wide open. And a beautiful Williams for the taking. Will Spider Rob, will he send it down the inside? No, he won't. But he's already 3/10 within Murphy's DRS. So, it'll be an easy move going into turn 1 should he not mess anything up. But Ferguson now, he'll hit the pit. But AFL will still stay out. And Spider Rob not going for it. Oh my god, brakes late. Even makes contact with the back of Murphy. And he's going to come out side by side with Hedgehog. But now, these two, they might go side by side coming into the left, right, left section. But no, Spider Rob thinks better of it. Spider Rob looking for any moment, any opening for him to take advantage of. But there was no opening just yet. But now, he'll have everything to gain here. Everything. DRS, ERS, straight line speed, pressure compound tyres. Yes, it is. It looks like it passed an easy pass, but no. Spider Rob, he's going to make it hard on himself. He's going to take down to the outside. Cyril Murphy to the inside. And Cyril Murphy still hangs it round the outside, which will turn into the inside. And Cyril Murphy absolutely putting on a masterclass defending show. Yes, sir, so he is. Not willing to give up the position, but now the clouds are setting in. The clouds are coming into effect now. Will it be a rainy end to the end of this race? We'll have to wait and see. But Spider Rob now making it absolutely hard on himself. Why is he making it hard on himself to get past Cyril Murphy? As MUFC Harvey, he's such the fastest lap of this race. Oh no! Spider Rob, he hits the back of Murphy, and Spider Rob, that'll be investigated should Murphy decide to investigate it or report it. And Mark Wilson now, the next person into the pit lane, will be interesting. Will he put on the softs? No, he'll put on the mediums, like a sane guy would. Yeah, I haven't seen this much terrorism in a long time in league racing, but yeah, we'll just have to say it how well, keep going. Now Murphy getting past the lap car of Hedgehog. Not much to say here at the moment. We did hit a dull part of this race, like in real life, to be fair. I believe Charles Leclerc did win that race. No, Max Verstappen did. Max Verstappen won that race by a definitive margin. MUFC Harvey replicating what Verstappen did all those months ago. And while we're on the topic of Verstappen, he becomes a second-time world champion. Congratulations and commiserations to him, but not without controversy. Of course, the budget cap documents have been released, and Red Bull found in breach of a minor breach, to be fair. So they'll only have their point. Well, they'll only be fined. Red Bull will. Nothing major, of course. Well, it'll be very interesting to see how the championship is played out for the next few races. Will the FIA strip Max Verstappen of their points, or will they keep to their gut and let Max Verstappen keep his championship? We'll have to wait and see. I'm hoping they keep his championship just for consistency's sake and take away Red Bull's points as a constructor, but nothing more. As I've just noticed now, MUFC Harvey's gap to second place is 19 seconds. Absolutely dominating show of display. Just something to behold. MUFC Harvey banging in fastest lap after fastest lap. He is loving the track conditions. Go back to tier 3, mate. And now the two Ferraris, they're going to start tangling very, very soon. One has pitted, the other have not. So one is definitively ahead of the other. AFL doesn't put too much of a fight as he lets Spider Rob through, as expected. And Spider Rob will set away in the distance, try and catch up to Harvey, or he can dare try anyways. Will be one tough ask to even be near Harvey. So Harvey to tier 3, of course. Gonna need that movement to be going very, very soon. So nearest car on track is Cyril Murphy and Ferguson. And it's turned from a completely sunny race into an overcast race. So there it is, really. Just very interesting to see how fast weather changes. Will there be any rain? I hope not. Just for my sanity, and for the driver's sanity as well. As Harvey, he comes across the line to begin the 22nd lap of this race. Now, Ferguson all over the back of Murphy now. Will it be a send? No, it won't. But Ferguson, he's reminding Murphy that, hey, I'm here. Be careful, or else I am going to take you. And Murphy, absolutely putting on a stellar performance and defending, completely cutting off Ferguson, not even giving him an inch of space to try and get him past Murphy. And any inch of space that Murphy gives, Ferguson will take and will fill himself between. And Mark Wilson and Wubon pass, but Wubon is in the pits, so finally making a stop. Wubon is. And now DRS wide open now, or soon to be open. Ferguson wide open now, all over the back of Murphy. Will it be a done deal move? By the looks of things, yes, it will be. But Murphy, will he send it down the inside? Yes, he will. They almost make contact, Murphy does. And Murphy, thinking better of it, lays off the gas and presses the brakes heavier in order not to make contact. But that is not decided. However, Murphy will have DRS again. And them two are weaving now, trying to break the toe, Ferguson is. But will it be enough? These two are weaving all over the track. Ferguson is desperate not to let Murphy through, even though he does have a 3 second. Maybe in Ferguson's mind that this 3 seconds will be taken off. But Ferguson gets the better exit. Now AFL hits the pits, and I assume he's going to go into softs. Yes, he does. And so does Hedgehog. So, faster lap attempts. We'll see what happens. But by the looks of things, it's going to be very tight between Harvey and AFL in terms of fastest lap. Cyril Murphy still all over the back of Ferguson. Absolutely not giving up that third place, so he is, even if it is on track. Have such a gap. He can fit for lap 27 for fresh softs and get the fastest lap. It's incredible, really, just seeing how fast Harvey is. It's a bit scary, to be fair. But Murphy is outside the 1 second zone, but still has DRS, so must have had a very bad exit. But will he push hard now for the left, right, left section? We'll have to ride on board and see. And by the looks of things, he is absolutely pushing the first left and to the next right and to another left now. There's the 1 second gap, but he's using everything in his might just to stick with Ferguson. And he's just hit that DRS detection point. But will it be enough for DRS? No. No, so Murphy already out of the DRS, and Tier 3 has more DNFs than Tier 4. Well, it doesn't help that, you know, there's a lack of drivers here, rotation, and yes, you should have commentated with me, because this is the most goated tier in any sense of racing. Better than PSGL F1, better than WR Tier 1. And that includes Xbox and PC and PS. So Wuban, I've just noticed, is all over the back of Mark Wilson, as there's a ghosted AlphaTauri that's trying to fight. So Hedgehog, he's wanting to race this slot, even though he is outside the DRS zone. Yes, he is, but quotation is Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. Oh. Hedgehog not wanting to give up this fight, shall we say. Wuban must be absolutely cursing in his seat right now, like Max Verstappen would. Is he blind, mate? But now breaking into turn 1 late as he possibly could to try and get ahead of Hedgehog. They're gonna go side by side, Hedgehog and Wuban. Wuban all over the inside of Hedgehog, and these two are making love on track, and into the left and right and left. Hedgehog will have the better grip and surpasses these two cars, and Mark Wilson is the biggest loser out of all of it, because he's lost a position, not two positions, sorry. He's lost a position now, and these two will have DRS, so it's going to be 3 wide going into turn whatever, and Hedgehog, he's still going to fight it. Hedgehog sends it down the inside of Mark Wilson, ghosting through Mark Wilson, inside Mark Wilson he goes now, right ahead to this oh my god, what is this? I'm tripping out looking at this. I'm a bit sick, I can't lie. Oh, Hedgehog. Sorry. I am caught up in a little bit of something, but oh dear. I completely missed it. Take my eyes off the screen for a few seconds, and Wuban is all over, is 4.5 seconds away from Mark Wilson, so... Was there stupid driving from Hedgehog? Yeah, it was. And MFC Harvey, will he pit to slap? I kind of want him to. Euban went straight into hairpin just before Hedge spun on his own seconds later. Ah. Right, so I'm going to ride on board with MFC Harvey. I'm curious on how he does this track. Again, a very good exit coming out the Hanoi section, and into the left-handers we go. How will he take this very technical left, right and left? Avoid the curve, but keeps the speed, and ultimately he keeps it on track. So I'm going to see Harvey just absolutely showing how it's done. I just noticed there that this section we're on right now is a motorway, or a highway, or freeway, as you call it in America, because they like being different. Yeah, we just passed a bridge that goes up to another section of the city, so there we go. Does he still own fast lap? Hold on. In 1 second. No, AFL owns fastest lap by 3/10. MEFC Harvey is not risking it. Doesn't want to pit for the softs, so MEFC Harvey, he's out of contention already for the fastest lap, unless he goes for a final push, which honestly seems very unlikely. Boo, no balls. Yeah, I know, shocking indeed. But there's 14 people on stream right now. Hello everyone to the Tier 4 stream. And we're coming to the dying stages of this race, and turnout hasn't been great, but racing has been good. Alright. We've seen terroristic moves made by Murphy. But that's about it. That's the only thing that comes to mind. And Hedgehog fighting the Wuban and Mark Wilson. So Harvey firmly in the lead, as he's going to approach the final lap anytime soon now. Judging from my voice, yeah, no, my voice is about to go too. Rotation. I am a bit dead. I'm sure you can tell it's a bit raspy, but MEFC Harvey comes across the line begins the final lap now. We're right on board with MEFC Harvey down into turn 1 now, breaking that 100-meter board for the final time this race, and into the left section we go. Very tactical, very grip demanding. Gonna have to keep it in one piece in order to try and set a good lap around here. Don't think Harvey's gonna go for a fastest lap now by the looks of it. Now, ERS activated. No DRS to help him out. So Harvey is all about raw power here. And raw is what we do in Tier 4. And breaking it down into turn 1. No, turn 1, Jesus. And at the end of sector, in the middle of sector 2, oh my god. Absolutely butchering it here in the last lap. But MEFC Harvey approaching the left-hander now and into the final straight for the final time. MEFC Harvey, he's drove a brilliant race. He's got hands like steering wheels. He's got feet as pedals. Really, and I mean really. I really mean really. This has been a dominating race for MEFC Harvey. MEFC Harvey now, he's going to come across the line now for the first time in this season. From demoted to tier 3 to Tier 4. MEFC Harvey, he takes the race win and serves a 5-second time penalty. Ah, yeah, it was a 5-second time penalty. So, no, he didn't have balls. He did have balls, do well, but just wasn't confident enough to get ahead of Spider Rob on the softs. Spider Rob drove a brilliant race, comes home in second, and Ferguson coming from the back keeps it in third. And Cyril Murphy in P4 after that shocking. Oh no, Craigo takes Murphy on the line. And AFL now. Oh wow, look at that gap between Craigo and Murphy. I'm sorry to skip over AFL's finish, but wow, look at that gap. Oh my god. Fine margins. But now Mark Wilson, after a disappointing race, will come down in P7, but still solid points for the McLaren team. 1 and 7, still nothing to complain about. Lads and ladies, finally this gauntlet that I have chosen to take on by myself. Rotation has ditched me on. Miami GP is now finished. Wow. And the podium celebrators now. MEFC Harvey takes the trophy for the win, and his McLaren crew absolutely loving it. And there we go. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. As for the final time now, we'll look at the provisional standings now. MEFC Harvey taking the race win by 20 seconds. Absolutely brilliant stuff. I had a Spider Rob who's in the Ferrari in second, Ferguson in third, and the rest of the grid: P4 Craigo, P5 Cyril Murphy, P6 AFL, P7 Mark Wilson, P8 Wuban, P9 the Maverick, P10 Ghost Angel 1, P11 Hedgehog, P12 Topher. If you enjoyed that, drop a like, drop a sub. Be here next week, same time, hopefully with Scotty Freefall and myself. Or if not Scotty Freefall, it'll be me in rotation, hopefully, or just me alone. If you enjoyed the stream, like I said, be here next week. God bless and goodbye.